Instead, they were having a great time, building friendships, and all the while managing to rack up incredibly impressive achievements that would serve them well down the line. None of these students were interested in achieving solely for achieving's sake. Rather, they had a natural hunger for intellectual challenge and a flair for transforming their personal interests into exciting projects. Their experiences convinced me that becoming a standout student was not only the best way to prepare for life in the real world, it was also the best way to make college memorable and fulfilling. This is what inspired me to write this book. I wanted to find out how to be like Heidi, Kabir, or Janos. In search of these answers, I frequented the college life section of quite a few bookstores, but came up frustratingly empty-handed. There were plenty of campus guides, books full of practical financial aid information, and tutorials on how to score high on the SATs, write smart application essays, and other tricks for getting into good schools. There were books that professed to help you learn to speed read, develop a super sharp memory, and improve your study skills. And there were plenty of titles brimming with practical advice for surviving college, from how to do your laundry to how to avoid the freshman 15. But there were no books about how to achieve the head-turning, interesting, and rewarding college experiences boasted by students like Heidi, Kabir, and Janos. I wanted real advice on how to do the exceptional things they were doing. And because I couldn't find the answers I wanted at the bookstore, I went searching for them myself. I began to track down and interview top students across the country, not just the academic stars, but students who fully embodied this unique brand of multifaceted success. From the Ivy League, Harvard, Princeton, Yale, Dartmouth, and Cornell, to Stanford, Kansas State, Wake Forest, Clemson, the University of Wyoming, the University of Virginia, and the University of Arizona, I located some incredible students, and I asked them about the habits, systems, and mindsets that had aided them in their accomplishments. I had them write to-do lists for incoming college freshmen interested in doing well at college, and I pressed them for details about specific approaches to time management, studying, and balancing a social life with working hard. Essentially, I wanted to find out everything that made these superstars tick. To be honest, when I first started these interviews, I was a little intimidated. I worried that I would discover that the key to winning at college was a genius-level IQ, an ability to go for days without sleep, or maybe even a photographic memory. But my fears were unfounded. I discovered from my research that anyone can become a standout student. You don't have to be a genius. You are allowed to get a healthy amount of sleep, and your memory doesn't have to be anything special. All you really need is some expert guidance from those who have done it before. How should you prepare for exams and papers? What extracurricular opportunities should you look into? How should you deal with professors? What's the best way to keep your intellect stimulated and your mood upbeat? How do you balance a fun social life with an ambitious schedule? And how can you craft your pursuits to perfectly fit your abilities, interests, and passions? These are the important questions that every student needs to ask, and How to Win at College contains the answers. In this book, you'll find 75 rules drawn from the experiences of some of the country's most phenomenal students. Their answers cover the questions asked before, and more. In this book, you will encounter a simple piece of advice to help you make the most of your 4 years. No one chapter will turn you into a Rhodes Scholar, and you certainly don't need to follow all 75. However, if you select a group of rules that really captures your attention and then take the time to implement them in your everyday college life, you will notice remarkable results. Half the battle in becoming a standout student, in fact, to becoming a standout individual, is making the decision to actively try to succeed. If you follow the advice in this book, you will be well on your way toward taking advantage of all that college has to offer and ensuring yourself the strongest possible start in the real world that follows. How to Win at College will help you find that perfect balance needed to jumpstart a life filled with interesting enthusiasms, impressive achievements, and wonderful acquaintances and friends. I wish you the best of luck with this exciting new phase. Hopefully, this book will help you meet and master the many opportunities